All right. Hello. Happy New Year.
Oh, Daryl sees the video, but he can't log in.
Oh, okay.
That's sad. But he's here.
Sweet.
I'm not sure why he can't log in. It hasn't worked for me sometimes before.
Oh, really?
Oh, well, not recently, though.
Oh. Oh. It's like getting back on a bike. I really need to shave. Testing 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. I think I need a...
Yeah.
In order for me to have good posture, I'm going to need to...
Hold on, I think it's hot.
Oh, that's
Loud.
a little loud. All right.
I should have brought that PC in here so I can... Is there any way you could see how... Oh, you know what? I know what it is. Freaking
Okay, it's better. I'm not slouching as much.
Alright, mic boost down. That was it. From when we're on vent and stuff like that. When everybody's like, I can't hear you, I can't hear you.
Oh, turned it up.
I had to turn my boost up. But I'm wondering how we sound out there. That's why I should have got the Mac. Oh, I need to start bringing the Mac back here so I can log in and listen. Yeah, well, I guess we were pretty loud, weren't we? Arcanium podcast. I can't say that word. So is that Al the Mage,
I closed Twitch.
or is that Salem? Oh, okay. What's going on, Salem?
Log in real quick.
Yep. I know who you are, man. I couldn't remember if it was you or Al, or but yeah. All right, I didn't mean to blow you all's eardrums out earlier, so. All right. Get started. I don't know if this will work here.
Oh, excuse me.
Uh-oh.
Shows I'm old. I'll probably be in the bed when the new year rolls around. Old me.
Do you want to be up?
It really doesn't matter anymore. This may sound like a negative Nancy or someone who ruins everything, but the new year really doesn't mean much, really.
Right.
It's just an arbitrary, length of time
Mm-hmm.
that humans have chosen to represent time. So, January 1st is no different from December 31st. Same with birthdays, but you know.
See it? You sound like me when I was talking about my birthday, and you were like, "No."
Oh, hey Daryl. Yeah, but yeah,
And stuff like that.
birthdays
When everybody's
and
like, "I can't hear you. I can't hear you."
like things on which no particular event happened, but
Mhm.
we celebrate it every year. with no particular purpose. I guess birthdays have purpose. Does a New Year have purpose?
I mean, New Year's no different than birthday, I guess, in my book.
It's the birth of a new year.
I mean, it's times. I say time's important.
Time is important, but should we be off work and celebrate it?
You rather be at work tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
But should we?
Hey, I'm all for more days off. All right. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Right.
Hold on. Let me out again.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh. Oh, goodness. Sorry. Oh, God. Yeah. Sorry, Tanner. Daryl. Didn't really mean to do that. All right. Ugh. May take a week off. See what happens. Settings all off. I wish there was a way I can have presets on my PC for volume. Say, hey, I'm recording, so press this button and bam. All right. All right. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. You ready, babe?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Is the new year? That's a good question. All right, we can talk about that when we start up, if you want. All right. All right.
Coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky.
It's the ValentineCast with your Unchained couple, Jay and Renee Valentine.
Today is Monday, December 31st, 2012.
And this is episode 88. And
Woohoo!
it is, as you heard, it is New Year's Eve. It is
Yep.
less than, on the East Coast,
Yes.
less than 6 hours until 2013. 2012 has been a great year, I have to admit. A lot of big things for Renee and I and other friends about, and it's been a good year. How do you feel about this past year?
It was a great year. We got a house. House.
Host,
House. We got a house, and our podcast got better. The sound, the quality.
you think so?
I think it got better.
Yeah, and we actually
You know.
had more guests than we did a year
Yes.
before.
Yeah. We need to have more guests. We're slacking
I know.
a little.
I
I
know.
really want to have at least 2 guests a month. That would be my ideal.
Really? So with the new year coming up, as you heard, there won't be a lot of changes to the Valentine cake. Well, you know what? There probably will be. I mean,
Who knows?
we're going to work on some new bumpers that Renee's been wanting to do, and I've been wanting to do myself, and we're going to also look to doing more guests. Now, 2 a week.
Okay.
We don't have it many friends.
No, 2. Did I say 2 a week?
I mean, 2 a month.
Okay, all right. Once a month. How's that? Let's do once a month. That's
we
that's
could probably-
12 in a year. We have more than 12 friends.
So I wonder if
that
we could
will
pull
be
off
consistent.
24 in a year.
Maybe it's aiming a bit high.
We can
It's probably aiming a bit high.
we can try to do it.
Ugh.
I'm
Mm.
about that. So
We'll have to do better about scheduling in advance.
right.
Right now, we just do like a week before, and that's not
Right.
gonna
We're like,
cut it.
hey, you want to be on the show?
Right,
Well,
that's
no.
not gonna
Well,
cut
there's
it.
some people we don't do that to, but our really close friends we do that too.
Like, hey, you want to
Like,
jump on the show?
and the people that we really want to have a podcast, we plan out real far.
That sounds
Like,
kind of wrong. Like we don't really want our close friends on the podcast.
well, we no, I'm talking about when we plan out
Busy
really
people.
far. Like busy people, like
Busy people. I'll
Mister
say that.
Mr. Trick Nerd, who is in the chat room
He's a
today.
busy person.
He's a busy person, and we wanted to get him on, and we happened to be able to work it out that were able to record early, and that was one of my favorite shows from last year. Him. I mean, all my favorite shows are the ones that where we had guests. Really enjoyed it. So, um, but no, don't take it personal, Jeff. If I asked you a week ahead, I just know you're flexible like that.
He is pretty flexible.
Right. So if if you wanna do we want to take email submissions? Email people email us, or do we
Yeah,
want to reach out
sure.
to people,
You know
or
what? Either way, if
yeah,
if you feel like you have the personality to be on the Valentine cast, but you don't need much.
you don't need much.
You don't need much. But if you feel like you have the personality to hang with the Valentines, you are welcome, more than welcome, to call us or write us.
Right. If you just want to come hang out with us on a Monday night or Monday afternoon, wherever you are, and just want to hang out and just talk with us about, our week and about geek, tech, food, send us an email. We'll contact you back and everything else.
And we are good about contacting people, by the way. I'm just putting it out there. We're great at that.
And
So
so look for the details. You can email us at thevalentinecast@gmail.com if you want to go ahead and start emailing us. But I'm in the chat room today. I want to say hello to the chat room. Today we have Tanner from the Arcanum. I can never say that word right. Am I saying that name right?
Arcanum.
Arcane,
Arcanum.
Arkham,
Let's say
Arkham.
yes. It's Arcanum.
I need you.
Yeah.
I know
No,
I
no.
know it's the
I'll say
Arcanum podcast.
exactly how to say it.
Arcanum. Okay.
Yeah.
Tanner told me.
Arcanum. It is.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make
So
sure
you're
because
saying it correctly.
I don't have. I get real. Like I said, you're my Brian Ibbett. You're the one that I need for you to pronounce words for me so I can say it right.
And so it's Arcanum, and the plural of that is Arcana, but that's a sound.
Ah.
Arcana.
Okay. So it's
I
from the
believe it's Arcana.
Arcanum of Azeroth is the podcast that he does. He does that with good friend make sure I'm saying this right. Alda Mage. Those guys they talk mage stuff if I'm thinking correctly. But yeah. Oh, and then we have Tidra in the chat room as
Hello.
well.
Hi, Tidra.
And happy holidays to you all. And as we said, we have the Trek nerd himself, Mr. Darryl, in the chat room.
Yay.
What?
Sound a little tired.
No, I don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm feeling off a little bit today, and I don't know why. I was actually had
Probably vacation, trying to get back in the swing.
maybe
We
that's
didn't.
what it is. And earlier today, I had a little nervousness going on. My hands were shaking, so I don't know. I was kind of antsy earlier today, so I'm not sure what's going on with me today. Maybe I'm dying.
If Jay dies, the Valentine cast will carry on.
That's good to know. So
It'll it'll be me crying for the first year or so because he's dead, but after that it should pick up. So
you gonna cry a year if I die?
I'll cry on the podcast. Maybe not, constantly, 24 hours a day or anything. I would die myself from dehydration. But
Right.
if you died, I would mourn you. No, the podcast would not go on. I'm just kidding.
Right.
I'm totally. I think I'm like one of the only people who's totally fine with mentioning death
Right.
because I'm like,
It happens.
It happens.
Right.
I could die tomorrow. It's just hey.
So if you were to die, now, I bet you everybody's like, man, this is getting really weird.
Yeah, we're a little morbid today, apparently.
If you were to die, How would I do the podcast still? I don't know. That would be hard for me to do.
Um, I've already thought about this, by the way.
You have? Of
Yes, I'm.
course you have,
I
because you.
I think about these things. I think about if you die, what I would do.
Okay. Would you?
It's really weird now. So
Okay.
I would have one last podcast
Okay.
talking about you, and that's all I would do.
Really?
Yep. I already thought about it.
So you wouldn't do the podcast anymore?
Nope. I
Oh,
might start a different one,
okay.
but ValentineCast would that would be my final episode.
Right. Yeah. That sounds like something that I would do. I would. You know, I'm starting to cry a little bit.
Why?
Nah, because I don't want you to die.
Oh, I'm gonna die
I don't want.
eventually.
I
It's
want to die
just
first. I'm gonna be selfish.
that's pretty selfish for you to die first. You don't burden me with everything, and you won't care because you'll be dead.
What do you
And
mean burden you
won't
with everything?
you won't have a consciousness
You,
anymore.
but
And
you get a good amount of money.
I don't care about the money. Well, how much money is it again?
It's substantial.
Substantial.
Yeah. So,
I might have to rethink that position. And maybe it's fine if you die first
all right.
and early, so I can have time to spend the money.
All right. So lighten the mood up a little bit. New Year's is around the corner, and right before we start the show, Renee was going on about how the New Year is just December 31st is no different than New Year's Day,
This is true.
and it's so arbitrary. And why do we care?
Yeah, like time turns over. We do that so we can quantify things because we as humans like to quantify things.
Right.
So we need number of years. But why should we have a party for a new year? It's just the same as yesterday plus one more.
Just like you said, humans, we like to quantify things.
Yes.
We also like to celebrate.
Meaningless things.
Right. Right. I mean, it's birthdays, it's
Which are
Christmas.
meaningless. Christmas to some people, all right, Christmas has a purpose to me and to other people. My
Right.
purpose isn't the same as other people. My purpose is this is a time to get together with family,
Right.
eat good food like pie and cookies,
Right.
and just spend time with the family. It's a very family-oriented thing.
Okay. Okay.
So like birthdays, I kind of see the purpose,
I mean,
but it's
that's when you
not
came
an
out.
accomplishment. It's
But,
just
but the
you just
birthday is when we came out of the womb. Is it kind of like
the no. So the only thing you've done to get a birthday is to not die.
right?
So
That's a huge
you're celebrating
accomplishment.
you not dying.
That's a huge
I guess,
accomplishment,
is
though.
what you're doing.
That's a huge
Because
accomplishment.
a lot of people die every day.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
And so
Okay.
it's all, and you can also look at the New Year as it's another time to celebrate that you saw a new year, because there are
But
other people that may not see
but I saw
2013.
a new year October 1st last year as well as October 1st this year.
But it wasn't October 1st, 2012, or
Oh, because yeah, it's a quantifying thing.
right. So it's a quantifying thing. So it is different. I mean, that's almost like saying, why do we care that it's 6:44 because it was 5:44 earlier?
Exactly.
But
But we need to know these things to, put some kind of order into our
we
lives.
do. I mean, just think if we had no time. I mean, how would you know? So when you go to cook stuff, you would have to sit there and watch it the whole time.
Right. And there are cultures that don't deal with
R-
time like we do.
Is
And
it?
yep. They time is more relaxed. There are some cultures that don't have time. They have soon and now. They
Are
have
you talking about
concepts
more?
of time.
But that's time. You talk. I'm
Concept of
talking
time. No, not quantifiable time. Put it that way.
mm,
Or I'll be there
soon.
before long.
That's quantifiable. That's like
It's
saying
not.
more, less.
Soon is relative.
That's still
Soon,
that's
soon for the world end is like 1,000 years. Soon to go eat is like an hour or two. So
I don't know.
it's very
I don't know.
we get philosophical here.
I know.
Also,
Who boring
but
everybody?
but it
Everybody's
is but it is almost 2013.
yeah.
It's that seems weird to me, but I'm sure 2012 seemed weird to say last year. So
Right.
2013, happy birthday,
Earth.
Earth.
So we didn't record last week. Sorry for those that may not have saw the tweet. But we had family time, and it was just kind of, we were baking and cooking and getting ready for Christmas Day on Christmas Eve. And, if we had recorded on Monday, you would have saw us with flour all over us. You would have saw
It,
family
yeah.
members going in behind us and everything because our house was one of the stations where people were cooking, and also we had like 3 people working out of my house that day because we have the best internet in the Crocker family.
Ooh,
I'm just saying.
ooh, ooh, ooh.
So we had folks here that were, home officing here in our office. So um, people were on their VoIP phones,
Wait.
voice over IP. Um, but yeah, so that was going on. So that's why we didn't record last week. So thanks for being understanding and everything. So we had a great Christmas. Got to spend a lot of time with family.
Wonderful Christmas. It
Your
was like, family time. My sister was in town, and my parents love when all 4 of the girls are
your
there.
mom got to see you every
Son-in-laws
day.
every day for like a week. She was in
I
heaven.
know she was eating it all up, eating it all up. And so we did that, and then also we didn't talk about chose artificial a tree.
Yes,
We
we
never
did.
talked about a tree.
We didn't because we hadn't got it. Had we got it?
I don't know, but what? So we ended up going artificial on our tree after after thinking about some things and
Yeah,
everything else.
yeah. Because last podcast you were thinking you might go real because we had our old tree at that point, didn't we? Yeah, I think we had the other tree. Oh, Jay's gonna look it up. But anyway,
Well, no, you can keep talking.
yeah. So, growing up, I had always had a real tree. My dad was very anti-artificial, um, and and then as I got older, I thought artificial was out of my reach, the kind that I wanted because, I mean, cheap artificial trees look like cheap artificial trees.
Right.
So, and we had a cheap artificial tree for our old apartment, but we decided to
Mhm.
go artificial.
Right.
We got a very nice quality tree that will last us years and years and years.
Yep.
So
And sorry
there's
for
that.
those that may have listened to show 86
Where we
back in
talked about
December
this.
11th where we talked about this. I thought we had because there was a picture of one of our shows.
Well,
Um, yeah,
they get the double
they get
knowledge.
the double
If they
knowledge.
missed that one,
We're,
congratulations.
we're gonna be like we're gonna be
You
like
got a
Scott
refresher.
retelling tales,
He does retell stories a lot.
but they're still funny,
They're funny,
right?
but and then Brian has to tell him that he already said that. It's really
Right, but
funny.
he's like, keep going, keep going, keep going. So I guess when do we want to talk about what we did on Christmas Day? Oh, we're gonna do that in odds and ends.
I thought
Okay.
we can wait.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into a bit of tech. Oh, doggone it.
That was kind of low.
I know, wasn't that low? Let's go into tech.
Technology.
All right, so this past week in tech, or past 2 weeks in tech, Renee has put in the notes here, Twitter wants you to reminisce.
Have you heard? Had you heard about this when they announced it? You can see every single tweet you have ever done.
Right,
Twitter and most of the people that mention it are like, why do I want to read that?
right.
And but I think it's interesting.
So did you download your tweets?
I didn't because I'm lazy. But if I would have, I probably would have, because I made a account on Twitter way before I actually started tweeting a lot, and
Yeah,
it was back in like 2000 and I don't know 6,
7 or something like
something
that.
like that. So, uh, but some people thought it was a big deal. I guess you can say, okay, see, I did say this to you on this date, and it's good to prove a point, I suppose.
I want to, I think the only reason I want to download mine is so that I can see what my first tweet was.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of people who want to see that.
Let's see. So, uh,
Yeah. Oh, and if you don't have an option, there's a button on the Twitter site, but they said not all users may have this yet, but
right.
everybody will eventually get it.
Huh.
What?
This is interesting. So if you head to settings, right,
On Twitter.com.
on twitter.com, so you head to settings,
All right.
in the account tab
Mm-hmm.
is where you should be able to press a button to request tweets. and I do not have that.
No,
Wah, wah.
we don't have it yet. So,
Okay,
but that's okay. I'm not stressing that at all.
that's cool. Well, maybe if I remember, I want to see what my first tweet was, and
Mine's gonna be really boring.
you think so?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's gonna be
it's,
so
it's
boring.
gonna be like, I created a Twitter account. Now what? I wonder how many people
I bet some people said that
that was
too.
their first tweet.
Mm.
So that sounds pretty cool.
What is this thing all about?
Yep,
Hello world.
yep. All right, go ahead with the Instagram.
So Instagram, they put out. Well, they had some kind of kerfuffle where they, I love that word, where they put out
Kerfuffle,
changes to their
kerfuffle.
policies. What was it? Policies and rules. What do they call it when they change
User
something?
EULAs.
Yes, their
Yep.
EULAs. So the wording was a little funny. It made it sound like
They owned your
they
pictures.
owned your pictures and Facebook would use them for whatever purpose they seem fit, deem fit. Um, so people left Instagram in
Right.
droves. I mean, um, I also belong to Flickr, and I received that first day at least like 15 requests for friends from
Right.
people who
Right.
used to use Instagram and decided to exclusively only use Flickr.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, whoa. I mean, I still have an Instagram account, but I haven't used it in a while anyway.
Right.
So they actually retracted that Eula and put out a new one.
Really.
Some people said it sounded even worse than the first change, but other people said it just goes back to what it was before. They said it just goes back to what it was before, but it's still worded a little differently.
So, do you think people? So with that whole thing, a lot of people upgrade their accounts to Pro
Yes.
on Flickr.
Flickr got a nice bump, unexpected bump probably.
So so I guess with the people you follow and everything else, are people staying pretty much on Flickr now? Are they still Instagramming
You know
or?
what? I don't follow Instagram like that, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they are Instagramming or not.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, but they said that that's not what they meant when they put it out. By the way, they said that Facebook cannot just use your photos for whatever the heck they want, which remains to be seen. It's kind of crazy.
Okay. All right. And then also, part of I guess of our Christmas that Renee and I did for one another is that one of the gifts that we gave one another was the iPad Mini. Yep.
Hooray! iPad Mini.
So
And yes, this is my first iPad. So
yeah, this is my first iPad that I own myself and not one from work. But that was a Christmas gift that Renee and I gave each other, and I have to admit I've been using the iPad since the first release, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I have with the Mini.
right.
The form factor on the iPad Mini for me is much better. I don't get to the point where the iPad is heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still able to use it, and it's also pretty cool and pretty nice to game on it.
Right. Right.
So I definitely enjoy it, and you enjoy it.
Yeah, I actually am joined at the hip with the iPad Mini. I take it with me room to room, and I'm on it constantly,
Hmm.
and I really, really love it. And the whole reason I didn't want the original iPad,
Right,
it was heavy and looked clunky, and I didn't want that heaviness.
right,
As soon as I even heard about the Mini, I knew I would want it.
right.
But when I saw it, I knew I I would be getting it. It
Hmm.
was a matter of when, but I knew I would be getting it eventually.
Right.
So
And
I'm very, very pleased. I don't have a complaint. Do you have a complaint about the
I
iPad Mini?
don't. I
I
really
really don't.
don't have a complaint. I mean, a lot of people complain because they're like, well, it's a step down from the new iPad. It doesn't have it doesn't have Retina display. It doesn't have the fastest processor. Yada yada yada. I haven't seen any sluggishness or anything like that that makes me wish that I had the faster, bigger iPad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly happy with this, and I might get a new iPad, in 5 years or so when
Hmm.
they have something just amazing I can't let go. So,
Right. And in the chat room, teacher says she upgraded her phone to an i5 and her iPad. And I have to
ooh,
say, when we upgraded from the iPhone 4 to the iPhone 5, it's a huge and noticeable jump, So I know that feeling, and I hope you're enjoying it too.
and speaking of Apple devices, I am proud to say that 5 out of 6 members of my yeah, 5 out of 6 members of my immediate family now have a at least an iPhone 4.
Out of the 8 people,
Out of the 8 people that are
7 has
yes,
at least an iPhone 4.
and the outlying person is
Mr.
my
Crocker.
is my dad. He's holding out, but he has an iPod, so I don't know if that counts or not.
He
But
has an iPod Touch.
so Dan Danielle was the last holdout. She had our old
Our original 3G.
3G,
Yep, she did.
and it was so slow. I could see the pixels, and she dropped it, so there was a huge crack in the screen.
Right.
And when she put it on vibrate and got a call, the phone would rattle,
Yeah, you can hear the
like
glass rattling.
like it sounded like glass rattling on the
It
table.
was
It
glass
was
rattling.
yes, it was so bad. So she finally got a new one. It was giving me heart palpitations whenever I saw it. So I'm glad she did.
Right. So good on them,
Good
and
on them.
and good on everybody for getting that new technology.
Media.
All right. So hopping on into media, and since we had 2 weeks, we actually got a chance to watch it. Watch our movie from by chance, which was Timer.
Yeah, timer. It sounded like a sci-fi-ish
Right.
when you read the description, which I was happy about. I like sci-fi, and
And it was a romance
yeah,
also.
it was a sci-fi romance, is what it was. It was a sci-fi
Fantasy.
comedic
Oh,
romance movie. Is what they qualified it as. But
right. Yeah. Yeah. Comedic fantasy.
so what the premise is that there is a new invention called the timer,
Yep.
and you get it installed on your wrist, on the inside of
The
your
the
wrist,
predominant hand.
yeah, of your predominant hand, and it will tell you how many days you have until you meet your soulmate.
Right.
And the the days will only come up if your soulmate also has the timer.
Right.
If your soulmate hasn't had the timer yet, it'll just be blank.
Right.
And when your timer zeroes out, on that day you will see
The
um,
soulmate.
your soulmate, and then as soon as you lock eyes, the timer will go off.
It'll go off a second
And
time.
so, like, oh, that's the person I meant to be with. Of course, this is not realistic, but I think it's pretty cool.
Right.
So the premise is about this girl. Her timer is blank and has been blank, and she's 30 years old, and
Well, she's
almost 30.
almost 30.
And she really wants to find her soulmate, so she keeps finding people that don't have timers and kind of urging them to get a timer
Right.
after she's been dating them for a little bit
A
to
little bit
see,
like a month.
yeah, to see if they were the one, because she doesn't want to waste her time. So I'm not going to spoil anything, but it actually turned out to be a good movie. I really enjoyed it,
Yep.
actually, and I never heard of it. So I like movies about these fantastic things, and I liked that everything else
Right.
was current time except for that one invention, which was great. I really love that. So that was a win. We did 4 out of 5 stars on that one.
Yep, we
Woohoo,
did.
timer.
Yep. It was really good, and I really enjoyed it. And Renee's getting ready to roll the dice to see what will be our new movie.
It says 12, so let's go with the first movie that we haven't already picked. I know you have movies that we've picked on there before, but let's do one we haven't picked.
Huh. It's a documentary
Oh, okay.
called Office Tigers. It's about American-owned company that trains young Indian professionals the rules of Western business.
Ooh, okay. Sounds a little boring, but we'll see how it goes. I
Yeah.
like documentaries, but if it's boring, I may not make it all the way through.
Right.
I
Right.
can't promise that I'll watch the whole thing, but I like documentaries, so it might be interesting.
Good
And
Lord.
what?
Nothing.
Oh, are you laughing at all the movies we have on there?
Well, the ones that are going off on 1-1.
Oh, but don't even tell me. Just don't tell me.
Most of them are ones that we've already saw that we just I want to
Oh,
rewatch.
okay.
So
So, in addition to movies, we saw the movie that most of our friends have seen,
right.
The Hobbit.
Yep, we
We
did.
went and saw The Hobbit. I think we saw it Sunday morning
Sunday.
or Saturday morning after it opened. It was one of them. I can't remember, but
It had to be Sunday, if I'm
okay.
thinking right.
So Sunday morning we went and saw The Hobbit, and I really, really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really good.
Now, I think I enjoyed it more than some other people because I have never read the book.
I,
No, because most of the people who had a problem with it, like certain parts,
right,
knew the book very well.
right.
And they were like, this didn't happen, or why do they do this, or this and that. Um, so I really, really enjoyed it, and I didn't have a problem with it at all.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. And when we went to go watch it, it prompted me to rewatch Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Rings, and also I got halfway through the Two Towers on Christmas Eve. So it was really nice to be able to do that. I really enjoyed it. I know our friend Dan O'Coin,
Mm-hmm.
he went and saw it finally last night, Slacker, and he talked about he had three pet peeves, and number three was the one that we had with Galadriel,
Galadriel.
Galadriel, when she
Which
turned
one?
around.
Oh, that was
That
weird. Like
and
this is the tiniest part of the movie, but she did this turn, and it looked like she was on like a round pedestal, which she probably was, and she turned around like she was floating in midair. It was so weird.
right,
I wish they
right.
hadn't done that.
And it was just hilarious.
It was unsettling.
I busted out laughing, literally. I was like, "Pwah!"
So so yeah,
So, so we saw that, and then also we also saw Django Unchained.
loved this movie.
Yep,
Putting it out there,
yep.
loved it.
This movie was great, and this movie's not for the faint of heart either.
Like if you're easily offended, I would not
Right.
watch this.
If you've seen Deadwood and you had trouble with the frequently used C word, right?
Right.
Just take that movie and then take Django and replace the C word with the N word.
Yeah, and this is back in the time of slavery. So
Right.
that word was used often. Now, of course, I wasn't alive back then, so I don't know
Right.
exactly how often it was used in regular conversation.
Right.
But he does use it a lot in this movie, but it didn't bother me so much. There were some things that took you out of the movie.
Yeah, but what took me out of the movie is the normal thing that takes me out of a Quentin Tarantino movie is the over the top blood,
Which, yeah.
unrealistic, which is his style. And like I said, when the first kill happened, we're sitting there watching the movie, and I'm enjoying it, and I forget that we're watching the Quentin Tarantino movie.
Right. And it didn't take me out because I had it in
Yeah.
my mind that it was Tarantino. So if he
Right.
didn't do that, I would be like, whoa, 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 what's going on?
Right.
I think this is his best movie he's ever done.
I agree with that.
I loved the little modern things that he put, like in the action scene. It started, and then rap music came in. Oh, I loved it. It was like
Right.
the perfect amount of quirkiness for me, and Jamie did an amazing job. And I don't know the person who that he did a lot of the acting with.
Christopher Alken or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a German. Oh no, he's from Vienna or something like that. But
Right.
I loved the movie, and all the qualms that some people had with it, I didn't have at all. So it's not. So I think either no. If you hate it, I think you really hate it. You know, but you can kind of like it. But if you hate it, oh my God, people hate that movie. Spike Lee went on to say this, like he talked bad about Tarantino and all this stuff. And it's like, come on, Spike. That's just because you don't make as good movies
Well, I wouldn't say
as
that.
Tarantino.
I wouldn't say that he doesn't make good movies like Tarantino.
No, no, no.
Jamie
As
makes,
good as Tarantino is what I meant to say.
but I think they both equally are pretty much the same as directors. They have their style, and they have everything. Now, as for you personally,
Yes, that's me
um,
personally.
I like both of them equally. There may be actually some movies from Spike Lee that I may like more than Tarantino, but I like them both equally. I don't love them or hate them. They're just like they're okay directors for me, and they both have their style or their thing,
Right,
you know. And but I think it was big of him to say he didn't well he didn't go watch it out of respect
right,
because he didn't want to talk bad about it. Because I think he didn't want to talk bad about it because Jamie and Samuel were in there.
right,
You
right,
know?
right. And yeah, and everybody did a good acting job. They did the over the top acting that I think Tarantino movies have. So, yeah, you wouldn't like it if you don't like Tarantino style. Let's put it out there right now.
That's not true. That's not true because I liked it.
You like his style, don't you? A little bit.
I like some of his things. I don't. His over the top blood and gore is what throws me off all the time, and I just think it's you know I think he just tries to be. I mean, he's trying to be himself. I mean, there are some things that I do like. That he does like. I like that he start that he's actually in his movies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of cool. I kind of like seeing him say, "Oh man, there's Quentin," and sometimes I don't know. I can't remember what he looks like, and then I see him. I'm like, man, I know that guy from somewhere. Then I go back and look in IMDb, and it's like, oh, that was him. So I mean, I like stuff like that. And I like his little quirky stuff, and I like the trivia behind
Hmm.
some of the stuff. But the whole, like I said, the whole blood and gore thing kind of takes me out of the movie until I get used to it. And then not long after we watched Django, we went back and watched Kill Bill 1, which is one of my I really don't enjoy that movie at all. So we went back to go watch it.
Right.
And it was weird because after watching Django, Kill Bill wasn't as bloody and gory as Django
Right.
until the whole house fight.
Yeah. The 6, 7, 8, 9s or
Well,
whatever the 6, 7, 8s
the
or
the
whatever.
house where they were in the
Yeah.
the final,
Right.
the
Right. Right.
big fight
Like
before the
the
final.
Crazy 88
Yeah, the Crazy
fight.
88 whole house thing. I mean, but even that wasn't like the rest of the movie of
Yeah.
Django.
Yeah. And I'm happy that Jay doesn't dislike it as much as he did. It went up one notch or two
Right.
in his opinion. So, but it's still not your favorite.
Who Quentin?
Yeah.
I
Like
mean, I like him better than M Night.
no, no, no. I said it's not your favorite Quentin movie.
What? Kill
I don't.
Bill?
Yeah.
I mean, it can grow on me, I believe. I mean, I don't dislike it like I did before. I'll admit that. Because before, I was just like, ugh. It's just, because I just can't get you. His style is just so over the top. I mean, he tries to do it anime style. One of my complaints with Kill Bill was like, why don't you just do a freaking anime? I don't want to watch a real life anime. I want to, if you're going to do anime kill style stuff, just make it anime. And plus, I don't like Uma. You know,
Because of the character she's played,
no,
or you just don't like her
I
in
just don't
general.
like. I don't know. I mean, I think people fell over her like she's so beautiful and everything. And I mean, she doesn't do anything for me, and she has that. I don't know.
She's just unusual looking,
Yes.
but some people like that.
Yeah. I don't know.
So, and I've been watching a lot of reality television. Now, I love reality television. I will admit to anybody.
Right.
Freaking love the stuff. And it's not even a guilty pleasure. I'm just straight up, hey, I love reality television.
Yep.
Not the game show kind. I hate that kind. I like the kind, that follows people around and sees what's going on with their life. That's kind of like. So I've been watching a lot of Jersey Shore because I had heard about it, from various people. It's one of
Mm-hmm.
it's Scott's guilty pleasure or whatever. So I watch it whenever Jay's asleep in the bed or
She
something.
wants to daydream
So
of the man meat.
okay, every time I'm watching it and he walks in, he asks me, "So is that the one you like? Is that the one?" I'm like, "Oh God, will you stop?" Because none of them, like all of them, are turnoffs, complete turnoffs. They're gross. They're nasty. Ugh. like the worst possible
Mm-hmm.
guy I could want to be with. But uh, I like drama. Sorry, I love other people's drama. Even if they cut the show to make it more dramatic,
Right.
I still like other people's drama.
Right.
So, been watching Jersey Shore. I'm on the second season, but they're in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm gonna keep on going. I don't
Yeah,
care what anybody says.
right. And then also we've been watching the Braxton Family Values. We finished up season 1, started on season 2 also, and we're over halfway through in the season 2, and that's it's pretty good.
Did we talk about this on the last show?
I don't know.
Some people might not know what this is.
So the
So,
Braxton Family Values is a show based off of, we talked about it
oh, we
last
did.
last show.
Awesome. So Tony Braxton and the Braxton Family Values, but
Right.
we
So
love it.
it's based off of R&B singer Tony Braxton and her family. She has 5 other sisters, right? Yeah,
Yes.
5 other sisters.
No,
And
4 other sisters.
yeah, 4 other sisters, because if 5 don't sing, then we're not all not going to sing.
Right, right, right. Correct.
So so there are 4 other sisters that she has, and it's kind of like, think of the Jackson 5. I mean, it's the Braxton 5. And it revolves around that whole family.
And Tony's Michael.
Yeah. I just want to be my own person. Everybody else is riding on my fame.
Yeah, so
But
that's another
yeah,
reality show that I
so
like.
so it's another reality show that we've been watching. We watched a lot of this past week, even though, even though
Even though
in the house
that's how
heels.
somebody talks on there. It's kind of weird. She talks like somebody from Canada,
Right.
but she's not. It's so weird.
Heels.
House, house,
House.
house,
House.
out.
I don't know. That was really weird how she talked.
I need to show a clip of that to Jeff so he can confirm if that's how they
Right,
talk.
and it's weird because she's from Maryland
Yeah, it's
and
odd.
lives in Atlanta for the past 20 some years.
So,
Um, and then also Renee finished out The Walking Dead, and well, I guess
you did
I guess
in a way.
I did too in a way, depending how you want to look at it, because on last week we were supposed to do a show, not last week, week before last, we were going to do a Walking Dead show with Grumpy Old Men, and we were going to talk about the ending. As we were getting close to the recording time, I had to pretty much flip out the book, and not the book, but I had to go out to the wiki and start reading the ending because it was going to be a spoiler type show. Last minute it got changed. I had already read the story, and then I got to experience the end of it with Renee's version
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, because we decided not to do that, so I got to play through to the end. And crap, that game is fun,
Right.
and the story is amazing.
Yep.
And no, it's not an action game; it's a choices game.
Mm-hmm.
Some parts I had to like. There were some parts I died. I'm a pretty crappy gamer, but some parts I died. But the story is what drives me. So I am so excited
Right.
for the next season of The
Yep.
Walking Dead. If you want to hear our spoiler session of The Walking Dead, there will be many, many, many spoilers.
Right.
So just put it out there. We are going to be on Grumpy Old Men After Dark on Wednesday night
Yep.
at 7 Eastern,
7:30.
7:30 Eastern.
Yep.
And where can they watch it if they want to watch it live?
Just follow the Twitter. Follow. I mean, you follow us. We'll have to retweet it. From Jason and stuff like that.
Okay.
But the show is Grumpy Old Men After Dark. So check it out. And then also with the mini, we've been playing a lot of other games. One game that we've been playing a lot of is called The Simpsons Tapped Out.
And you probably heard of this because people are raving about it.
Right.
Um,
It's
yeah.
a play and wait game, kind of like
Yeah.
Farmville, kind of
Yeah.
like We Rule,
Yeah.
kind of like all those other games that that we played before, where you go in, tap a few things, and then you wait.
And
then
I
you,
love those games.
right,
Jay knows I love those games.
right,
But this has the added benefit of having Simpsons characters and dialogue.
and
I'm
yeah,
all over that.
right.
All over that. So,
So
yeah,
it's pretty
it's
good.
fun.
So you're going through, you're trying to rebuild. What's the
Springfield.
Springfield? And here's my thing. I'm in the process of trying to find the Simpson Simpsons DVDs, and I think Cole has them because I watched them off and on, but I never really, really, really watched them like I did some other shows. So, I kind of want to see, I want to start from the beginning and try to catch these
Right. That would
shows.
be awesome to start at the beginning
Yep.
because they're kind of crappy. Well, not crappy. It's a totally different animation style at the beginning. Like it's
Right.
crazily different. And I watched them every Sunday up until maybe 4 years ago. And then I got so busy I
So did you
had to
start
stop
back in
watching.
1989?
No, little no, but I've seen the ones back in 1989. No,
Okay.
I I've watched those before.
Okay.
When something called Net, what is it? Uh, 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 the little illegal downloading site,
Oh,
Napster.
Napster.
When Napster was
I
around.
thought Napster was just audio.
No,
Oh, it did video too?
I think you did video too.
Huh.
I believe, but
Okay.
that was back in the day.
All right.
And I could be wrong, and I got it from some other illegal way, but so The Simpsons tapped out. We have 100 friends
Right.
already, so there's a cap of 100 friends.
But if you
And
do
but
add us and we recognize your name, we may kick some friends off and
yeah,
add you.
so just say, hey, this is so and so. I listened to your podcast, and I'll be like, oh, this person I add arbitrarily has to go, and you're
Right.
in.
Right.
Just saying. So yeah, so we love The Simpsons tapped out. Super super fun.
And so what are some other mini games you've been playing?
I've been playing Scribblenauts. Now I played it on the iPhone, but I'm having immensely more fun on the iPad.
Mm-hmm.
The area's bigger. I can see things better, and I beat it today because I mean I've been playing that a ton more. Like
Right.
I played more in the past week than I have in like 3 months.
I noticed.
So, and I also played Battleheart. I never played Battleheart because I didn't want to play it on this tiny iPhone screen. So that's why I never played it. So I picked it up and I played it, and I'm going along okay.
It's challenging, isn't it?
Yes, it's challenging, which is great. You always need a challenge. And another game that I had waited into the iPad was Lost Winds. It's a platform RPG type thing. It's beautiful. The art's great. So yeah, and I like playing No Zombies Allowed
Mm-hmm.
on it and Tiny Tower. I mean,
Right.
Tiny Tower just blown up, I think, but is it optimized for the iPad?
Tiny Towers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it is.
So that's super fun. So I love my iPad game. So yeah, I really really love it.
And Happy New
Yeah.
Year's to you, Mr. Fox Lord.
Happy New Year. See, I was trying to wait until the end of the segment. Remember we talked about this last week, how I always interrupt things. I was trying to do a good job and keep it until the end of the segment.
I know it felt strangely satisfying doing
Interrupting me? That's great.
that.
So, of course, we've been playing WoW because we're us.
Right.
Jay got the Grinch dagger for me from the
Right.
Grinch quest because he's awesome. And I'm trying to get it for him, but I don't think it's going to work out.
The Geek Ball has said that we won't get it.
I got a geek ball for Jay. We'll talk about that. But it's like an 8 ball, but it has geek like sayings. It's pretty funny. So but I got 4 lumps of coal for the pet. I don't know how I got 4, but I gave one to Jay.
Which was awesome because I've been trying to get this thing, and even though I got this dagger for Renee, which is which has less of a drop than the coal.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, because the drop chance for the dagger is like
yeah,
still I didn't expect to get it. Put it
right.
that way.
But we ended up getting it right before a raid, and I gave it to her, and she
I
was
was like,
happy,
woohoo! I
And
had epic daggers. We were raiding a
so
little bit.
so it kind of just threw me off a little bit. I can get that, but sure as hell couldn't get this damn pet.
Yes, but I
You know,
have 3 days, 2 days, 3 days
yeah.
to get 3 days to get the
Uh-huh.
dagger, and I'm gonna do it every day. Don't you poo-poo me?
I'm not poo-pooing you.
You were so poo-pooing me.
I'm not poo-pooing you. I am poo-pooing. I am poo-pooing the drop rate. The RNG is what I'm poo-pooing because I'm just like, it ain't gonna happen.
See,
And if
you're
it
so
doesn't,
negative Nancy.
I'm not negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy.
I'm just
So,
saying what the geek ball said. You gave me the geek ball.
no, I proved it wrong. Remember, we totally proved it wrong.
Mm.
Okay, so
That was because it was pertaining to you.
and I have been pet battling like crazy. This is my other side of WoW. This is the part that everybody would think I'm insane for doing this because I'm going through every single zone in WoW, making sure I have every single pet in that zone
Mm-hmm.
in common, uncommon, and rare quality. I'm the person that other pet battlers hate because I will stay until I get all three instead of getting one. People hate that because I take all the stuff. So there was an especially rare one. It was the tiny twister in Arathi Highlands,
Right.
and it spawns in one spot, and between spawns it can be, up to like 2 hours for a
Right.
spawn.
Yep.
So, and of course I am going to stay there until I get all three. And Jay was amazing because what he did, he logged in too, and he kind of stayed there, and then he helped me keep an eye out while we were watching TV or whatever. Plus, he kind of discouraged other people
People
from
like,
getting it.
oh
Oh,
man,
there's two people
two
camping
people are
there.
camping for this. I'm not going to stay here.
So, and we got it in like a day, which is crazy.
Right.
I got the rare, and then I was like, woo! It was so much camping. It was ridiculous how much camping. So now I'm trying to get another rare. This is gonna be much harder.
Why is this one going to be harder?
um, less. I have to kill every critter in the area to try to get it to spawn, and it's not an easy spawn. It takes a long time.
Wow.
So, um, yeah, but I will eventually get to my goal, and I'll have all the pets, at least all the ones that I can get by, you know, doing this anyway.
All right. So let's go ahead and pop into a little bit of food. Oh, wrong button. Dang on it.
The fridge is not prepared.
All right. So this past week in food, man, we did a lot of baking.
Oh, I bake so much.
Right.
I satisfy my sweet tooth. So ever since I was a little girl, like as long as I can remember, my family baked cookies for Christmas. When I was young, we used to bake a whole bunch and hand out plates to different people. But even though we don't do that anymore, we still bake a lot. Everybody has their signature. Well, my older sister and I have our cookies that we make the best. Hers is double chocolate with, I think, white chocolate chips or regular
I
chocolate
think it's
chips.
double
It's really
chocolate.
good. And mine is snickerdoodles. So if for some reason everybody says mine are just amazing more than anybody else's, I don't know why. I make them the same way as probably everybody else. But my dad has a snickerdoodle fetish. He has since we were young. When he couldn't get the full sugar kind because of an illness, I had to start making them with Splenda.
Mm-hmm.
So what Jay did, Jay said, Mr. Crocker, I'm going to make your cookies this year.
Right.
And he was a little dubious. He was a little doubtful,
Oh yeah. Oh
a
yeah.
little
He
bit.
was.
But Jay made Dad's cookies with Splenda, and it turned out, I think, even better than mine.
Yeah.
So congratulations,
Thank
Jay.
you. Thank you. I think the thing is that one of the things we found out is that I think we can't add as much baking soda and flour and
Right.
that whole mixture
It's too dry.
towards the end.
Because Splenda, whew, that stuff is dry. And so yeah, and Jay also made a regular batch of snickerdoodles, and you couldn't tell mine and his apart, which was wonderful.
Yep.
So he did a good job.
And then I also made some chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, yep. I made a batch,
Wait a minute.
and you made a batch. We both made a batch
Wait
of
a
chocolate
minute.
chip
I don't
cookies.
think I made any regular snickerdoodles.
You didn't make snickerdoodles?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because you had... Yes.
Because I made Mr. Crocker's and
I
then
thought we
you...
had two batches of regular snickerdoodles.
No, we
Just
decided
one
not,
batch?
we decided not to
Oh.
make the second batch.
So, but we did have two batches of chocolate chip cookies.
Right. And I
So,
even made an extra, some on the side with the little
walnuts.
in them. So
Right. And you also made gingerbread ninjas.
I did ginger ninjas.
Ginger ninjas.
So I made those, and they was pretty fun to make and everything. And they were, I think next year I won't cook them on the bottom row. I'll move them to the mid row next year. And we had to figure out the whole rolling the dough out type thing, and make sure we don't
Yeah.
put too much flour down on the table when we go to roll it out.
Yeah,
But
and I had that same problem when
right,
I made a new type of cookie. What is it? Oh, it's supposed to be like a Fig Newton, but it turned out more like a Nutri-Grain bar. So it had cranberry and raspberry in the center, and it was a bar cookie, and I had to roll out the dough, and this was the first rollout dough that I've done by. No, I keep saying that, but this is it just seems different this time. I had to cut it into squares for one. It wasn't a cutout thing. I think
Uh-huh.
is what it was. And I had to put the filling in the middle and fold it just right. And it turned out okay. Everybody seemed to like them after a day or two. For some reason, they got better. But I would love to make them again
Yeah.
because it turned out okay.
Oh yeah.
That was exciting. Did I make any other kind of cookie, or is that it?
Oh, you made the.
Snickerdoodle, chocolate chip, and yeah, the 4 kinds of cookies we made.
So you made snickerdoodle,
Mm-hmm.
chocolate chip.
Right. The bar cookies,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah.
Nope. Yep. That was everything.
So, and my mom made made sweet potato pies that Dee was supposed to make, but he was busy.
Right.
So my mom made her a wonderful sweet potato pie. And let me tell you right now, I ate sweets. I ate pie.
Yep.
I ate cookies. I was like, I'm going to enjoy myself this holiday. I don't care if I gain weight. I know I'll probably gain something. I had dressing. Freaking love my sister's dressing. It's
Right.
amazing. So, yeah, I actually enjoyed myself and ate what I wanted this
Right.
holiday season.
So we so speaking of our weight loss update, this week, which is week 26. So we've been doing Lose It for over half a year now, and I gained 2.2 pounds over the holiday.
And I gained zero point 0.2 pounds over the holiday, and I was ecstatic with that. To
Right.
tell you the truth.
Right.
So yeah,
So I guess our total gain was a negative 2.4,
yeah,
and so our total now. Why'd you change that?
because it was 24 last week.
No, babe, that was 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
It's week 26. I changed it to 26, and you changed it back.
I did. I thought I was being intelligent, but it turns out I wasn't.
So that's what happens when we skip a week.
You know?
So our grand total right now is 130 pounds. So
Yeah, dipped down a little bit, but I'm not upset at all.
I'm not
And
upset at all either. And I found out that the average weight gain on the holidays is usually 7 pounds.
Look at us. It's impressive.
I think that's what someone said on Facebook on mine. So
And it has to be true.
so we had to Google it. Well, Robin's pretty smart. You know,
Yeah.
I know Robin, and if we had to Google if that's the actual holiday weight gain average, if it's 7 pounds. And then also one of the things we found out right before vacation was a lady that was losing weight, and one thing she had on her menu were these things called flat outs. Flat outs are thin. They're like
It's like wraps.
wraps.
Wraps. Yeah, they're
and
basically wraps.
and they're low calorie, low fat, high fiber, and all that. And people were actually using them to make pizza. So we got we got a pack, and then we made pizza. Um,
Gosh.
I think pizza on Christmas Eve,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yesterday.
and this time we made it with turkey, pepperoni, and everything else. And
Jay was like, "Oh yes, turkey pepperoni." He was so excited when he saw that.
yeah, so
because you get more pepperoni.
right, and it's really good. So if you're doing this and just want to just share a tip out to everybody, um, flat outs are a good substitute for bread. We usually do like the thin buns and stuff like that. I actually used the flat out today for my black bean burger that
How'd
I
that
had.
go? I didn't ask you.
It was really good.
Really?
Yeah, it was really
Exciting.
good.
I think I'll have that sometime this week.
Yeah,
So that's our recommendation for you all who don't want to incur the high calorie count of bread.
Yep. All right, going to
Oh,
jump
we didn't talk about your mac and cheese. I was going to talk about your mac and cheese.
Oh, okay.
Jay, okay. My family is they're very worried about the food for Christmas
They think
if somebody else does it.
no one can cook but them.
No, that's not what we think. But so Jay at first volunteered to do the ham, but according to Jay, everybody looked at him like he had grown a third head.
Yeah,
Not even a second, a
I'm
third.
not even. The way y'all wrote D about making the pies is.
I mean, and he didn't even make them. But anyway, so Jay got the macaroni and cheese job, and people were like, "Oh, you better do it right," because people love mac and cheese in our family. So Jay did an excellent job his first time making the mac and cheese. Did a great job.
and
It
what
tasted good.
and what gets me is this is the guy that made the homemade salsa because he didn't want to go to the store.
Yes.
It was absolutely wonderful, and I've been cooking a lot for the
Yes.
past 6 months.
Yes, but you have not lived in the Crocker household and cooked in the Crocker household is all I'm saying.
People outside of your family can cook too.
I agree, but it's a chance that they might not be able to. I'm not saying I knew it would turn out great, but other people might not know
So why did you?
like that.
So why were you worried about the ham then?
I wasn't worried about the ham. Everybody else, I wasn't worried. I was surprised, but I wasn't worried
Okay.
that you volunteered because the outsider has never done
I'm not an outsider. I'm part of the family.
a person outside the immediate family has never done the ham. Put it
Mm-hmm.
that way. So, yeah, macaroni and cheese, my mom's recipe, Southern style, baked, because that's how we do our mac and cheese
Yep.
up in here. And I did the mashed potatoes, easiest dish. I don't know why I got the easiest one, but freaking easy. Just boil potatoes and mix them. How hard can that be?
And I even took up for you because some people thought they were instant potatoes,
I know. I was
which
like,
I don't understand
I was
why
like, do they
thought.
taste instant? And they're like, no, they're really good. I was like, well, why'd you say they're instant? I'm so confused.
Yeah,
But they were good. But I don't know why they said they were instant. Darn
yeah.
them.
It's Deidre. I blame Deidre.
Blame Deidre.
All right, let's jump into a little bit of odds and ends with Feisty.
Odds and ends.
All right, so we have some birthdays. Birthdays. We have one major birthday today.
It is a major birthday.
Loyal listener, ever studious, Dark Andrews' brother. He actually got a shout out on the the morning
He
stream.
did. And we just met him a few weeks back, like 3 weeks back,
Probably longer than that,
4 weeks back.
but actually
And
knowing who it was,
yes, actually knowing who it was
Right.
was about 3 weeks back.
right?
It's his birthday today, and I think he's currently at the Hobbit. So I hope you enjoy it.
Hope you enjoy the
Happy
movie.
birthday.
And then tomorrow is I'm Eagle.
Yay.
His birthday is tomorrow.
We've known Eagle for a long time.
Right.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Eagle.
birthday, dude. And then on the 5th, we have none other than Zerbius.
Our former dungeon master.
Who-
Dungeon.
Yep.
Yeah.
DM. Who doesn't
DM.
want to DM with us anymore?
Oh,
Yeah.
January 5th.
Yep.
See, I should put the day. What day is January 5th? Now I have to look.
January
It is
5th?
next Wednesday.
No, it's not. It should be Friday.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at December.
Friday or Saturday?
It is
Saturday. Yep.
It's Saturday.
Yep.
And
My cousin Trish, her birthday is coming up on the 6th, which is next Sunday.
yep, she's a pretty cool gal. I
Yep.
met her. So
All right. So one of the things we want to talk about is the Time recently has named their Person of the Year. We didn't get a chance to talk about this on any of our other shows. And they chose none other than President Barack Obama as their Person of the Year. And a lot of people, including ourselves, I would say, felt like that someone else probably should have gotten Person of the Year because in 2008, he was Person of the Year as well.
I mean, probably got it because he was the first black president.
Right.
To tell you the truth.
Yeah, that was it. I mean, so we get the Time, and I was reading why, and one of the reasons in there it talks about why they chose the Person of the Year. So this time, so I decided to read it, and they said the first time that he became Person of the Year in 2008, winning the election the first time was an anomaly, which because again, black person, first black president, et cetera, you know. But then the second time that he won it wasn't because of that. I mean,
Right.
you know, unemployment was high, the deficit was high, and or the debt cliff, whatever they call it.
So basically, he is the Person of the Year both of the times because he is a black president.
Well,
First
no,
time, first black president. Second time, black president for a second term.
no, no, no. It was more that it wasn't a fluke.
That's what I'm saying.
But it wasn't about a black person. It's just because, you know, I mean,
You know.
I don't know.
You know.
You know what? I
What-
can't say that. You know, I'm not defending Time.
What other president has been Person of the Year? I
I have to go.
know there's others, but it hasn't been every president that's had a second term. So, you know what? Meh. You know, and I agree with Fox Lore. Time wants more access for interviews. So, hey, we gave you Person of the Year. you better talk with us type
Right.
thing. So, but hey, Tom, do what you do. I like Obama personally, and I think he's a pretty handsome man, and his whole family is handsome. That's a handsome first family there.
Hmm.
So hey, it is what it is.
So there
And
was Roosevelt. Franklin D.
oh,
Roosevelt was was President of the Year twice.
see, that's because he's handicapped.
No, no, he wasn't.
He wasn't. Franklin D. Roosevelt was
I mean,
handicapped.
he was. It's not because of why he was president.
People like to yeah. Keep going. I, I'm not saying he wasn't a uh, great president. I'm just
Right,
saying
right, right.
people
So as
like to
Franklin D.
consider it different.
Roosevelt, he was in there twice. Really, Adolf Hitler was President of the Year in '38. Huh.
Now, person of the year, it doesn't mean great stuff. It means you've had a heavy influence on people for that year, right?
Right.
Okay.
Richard Nixon, President of the Year twice. He was back to back. But on '72, he was also President of the Year. I mean, President of the Year with Henry Kissinger. So
Hmm.
both of them were President of the Year in '72. So I think it was around that whole
The Watergate
Watergate
scandal.
crap. And that's Jimmy
So
Carter.
so so there are plenty of other presidents.
Ronald Reagan was President of the Year twice in 1980 and 1983.
I'm gonna have to take this back. So it's not because it wasn't a fluke. It's just if it's a relatively likable president, or if it's a president that's had a slight scandal.
Yep.
How
Yeah,
come
Bill
how
Clinton.
come Clinton wasn't?
Clinton was in
Okay.
1992. He was, and then in 1998 he was also there with Kenneth Starr.
So was either were either of the Bushes president of the year, person of the year?
Yeah, but I'm going off of who was twice.
Oh, twice.
I'm doing it as twice.
So I
So
see a
yeah, Bush.
pattern
So
here.
Bush was, Kennedy was. I'm going off of who was President of the Year twice.
Yeah.
There's-
So I think it's the people that people talk about, have something to talk about most.
Right.
The president. So it's all good.
Huh.
So time.
But I mean I think you know so here's a short right here. In 2012, Obama defeated Romney, earned a second term. He also presided over the country during Hurricane Sandy and the fiscal cliff negotiations. Yada 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 yada. But yeah, I mean, bleh.
Bleh, bleh.
I think there was more people that probably could have gotten it, but you know,
So also, as you all know, we moved into our house this year.
no.
We didn't.
Oh, I'm just playing the background music,
Okay,
baby.
all right. Moved into our house this year in March, and we wanted an ornament to commemorate that.
Right.
Why do people not make new home ornaments like in abundance? We found a lot of ugly ones,
We did.
and we found a lot of expensive ones.
We did.
And we finally, after days and days of searching, which is stupid, it should not take that long.
Right.
Even with Amazon, it took a while. We found one. It is gorgeous. It has a key and it has a little heart on it. It's pretty awesome. So we
Yeah.
got that. I couldn't find good ornaments. Like when I was a kid, they used to make great ornaments and all
Right.
kinds of different
Right.
characters and all. And now they're all crappy. But we got ornaments for us too.
We did.
So yeah.
Yep.
So and we got a thank you gift. Thank you gift.
Yeah. So I just want to
Oh,
just a
special
quick.
thank you.
Here, let me do this again because man,
What'd you do?
my hands are all nervous and stuff like that. Here we go. There we go. I need to use the bigger thing for my volume and then the smaller one.
I don't
But-
even know what you mean by that, but okay.
I want to say a special thank you to Jeppy for an awesome gift that he gave Renee and I.
Man.
It
Do
was.
we say a gift? Is it rude to say what you get? I don't even know.
I don't think so. I mean,
Well, Jeppy gave us the Jade Panther.
yeah, you got a Jade Panther and I got a Sapphire Panther.
Freaking love the Panther.
Yep.
freaking
So
awesome.
thank you so much.
And our wonderful friend Strumpet, she found a shade of lipstick that I like, which is rare.
Right.
'Cause most of the time it's too heavy, but I love this. And wonderful mascara that she knows I love. So she is one of my favorite people. Hugs to you. So yeah.
And I also want to say thank you to Strumpet too because she is one of my favorite photographers of all time. And I'm not just saying that. I'm being serious. I enjoy her pictures. I enjoy her style. I enjoy, as she's learning more, and taking more classes and doing stuff. I really enjoy her style. And like right now, all my computers have a background of pictures that she's done.
She's amazing pictures.
And so she gave me a canvas of one of my favorite um, pictures she done, which is sequoia root and the sequoia, yeah, root, sequoia tree. Sorry, that was in what's the tall redwood, the big tall trees in California,
Redwood Forest.
redwood forest. So I have to say thank you to her
Oh,
for
yeah.
that. It's hanging up on our wall and just
hmm
absolutely love it.
And Jay gave me awesome socks. They're Aperture Science socks. They're
Yep.
portal socks that look like kind of shells, boots. Freaking great.
Yep. And I just wanted to say one of my favorite gifts that I got this Christmas was the Firefly model Serenity, ship Serenity that Renee got me.
You were surprised.
I was
Which
surprised,
was great.
and it was one of my favorite gifts. And people were like, but you got an iPad Mini. I did, and it was cool. But the Firefly
Was
was,
it?
was great. It was awesome.
So yeah, so we've
Renee
reached
didn't
the end
like
of our
any
show.
Renee didn't like any of my gifts.
No, I did. I like the socks.
No.
I love the socks.
I like my
awesome.
Firefly model. I like my socks.
I love my Thor bobblehead a lot. It looks just like Chris Hemsworth. It's awesome. So if you want to tell us what you got for Christmas or the holiday.
Oh, and what was your favorite gift?
Oh, did I have a favorite? I don't know what I say my favorite was before.
I can't remember.
I don't know. I don't think I have a favorite.
No. I was
iPad
talking
Mini
about.
pretty
No, I'm
awesome.
telling our listeners.
Oh,
Tell us what your favorite gift
You're
was.
asking me again. Oh,
Or
what?
if you want to come in on the show, you can reach us by email at thevalentinecast@gmail.com. You can see our blog at valentinecast.com. The podcast Twitter feed is ValentineCast. You can also call us at, yeah, what can they call us, babe?
If they want to call us, you can call us at 415-758-75VCast. That is 415-758-2278. And if you want to see video of our podcast and other videos, you can find us at youtube.com/ValentineCast. Jay's Twitter feed is The Cowboy, TheCaoboi. And my Twitter feed is The Ice Flow.
So thank you for listening.
Last show of 2012.
So get your party on. Be safe.
Party hardy.
And also apologies for kind of being off the ball a little bit tonight. You had to get back into the had to get back into the saddle.
Yeah.
And everything. We're looking forward to it. And just want to say, I don't know if we did say it, but we did send in a submission to Control Alt Wow.
Yes, we did. And Aprillian said she teared up and said thank you.
All right. And just want to say congratulations to them for 300 plus episodes.
Congratulations, guys.
Yep. So anyway, we'll talk to you guys later and see you in 2013.
Mwah. Love you guys.
Oh,
No funny saying at the end.
I know.
Surprised me. I thought you would have one for the last show.
So, man, well, out of it, started off slow.
It wasn't too bad. We
Oh.
didn't do too bad of a job.
I feel bad.
Why? I think we did okay.
Yeah, we did. Oh, man. Thanks, Fox Floor
Thanks. Y'all are
and
awesome.
Pedro for hanging out with us.
Happy New Year to you guys.
For real.
when
Oh,
is-
Fox Floor's already.
Foxflore's already in the new
He
year.
is.
How is it?
How is it so far?
Do we die?
Is it the same as as December 31st?
Or is it a little
2012?
different? It's probably the same. It could be the same.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a good year. It was a good year.
It was. I can't believe we've been. He said it's meh.
It's meh.
I can't believe we've been in the house almost a year now.
Yeah, it
So-
was kind of nutty.
So in 28 days from today
Mm-hmm.
will be when we say 28 days from today is when Renee and I say we want a house. And then let me look at here. 28, that was on a Saturday. Nope. So on January 26th, 25th,
Mm-hmm.
or 24th.
Is that when we decided, hey, we want a
25th
house?
was a Wednesday.
Okay.
So I think that's when we said, let's just try it. Let's see what happens.
Right.
No, it was the 23rd because that's when you got all the loan stuff. We got all the loan stuff taken care of.
Okay.
The pre-approval. 25th, we said, okay, we know what we can move into. So let's start looking at houses. We go see a house on the 27th, which was the Friday.
And
And we said, that's the house we want.
we submitted the paperwork
And we submitted the paperwork
the next day.
that night.
That night? Oh, wow. We did do
So
that night.
that was Friday the 27th.
Yeah.
And then on the 28th was when it came back to us. And we met with Faye.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to Starbucks.
It was quick.
And then by the 29th, they had accepted our offer.
Yeah, it was kind of nutty, but it's a wild ride. I'm glad we got the house. I like it.
Oh, goodness gracious. Great balls of fire.
You got that right.
So, we staying up tonight?
Might as well. Louisville, Kentucky. I
It's
mean,
the
are we
Valentine
old?
Cast.
We aren't old.
Yeah.
So we should at least stay up. Even if we aren't watching anything fall,
Uh-huh.
we need to at least stay up to
Oh,
prove
right.
that we are not an old couple.
We went to bed last year, dude.
Yes. But last year we were old. We will not be old this year.
Oh,
We're not going to be old this year. We're going to be the young, hip couple who stays up for years.
it's not nice
Why is that not nice?
calling people old.
Mm.
Huh.
Yeah. My parents are old.
I bet they stay up late.
Coming to you. They actually stay up. Louisville, Kentucky.
Excuse me. It's the Valentine Cast with your Unchained couple.
I love how
Jay
you pause
and
before you
Renee
do stuff.
Valentine.
With your Unchained couple.
Well, I do that for it to...
For dramatic.
No, I do it so that it will be timed just about the same all the time.
Oh, really?
Yep. Because when we said at ValentineCast, it used to be, hold on. And it is, as you heard, it is New Year's Eve. It is less than, on the East Coast,
Yes.
less than 6 hours until 2 year. How do you feel about this past year?
It was a great year. We got a house.
Okay, all right. I thought you were low. I feel like you
Oh.
were low, but I was just making sure.
Okay.
But no, back when say, come to you from Louisville, Kentucky. It's the at Valentine Cast with your so-and-so couple,
Right.
Jay and Renee Valentine. So it's at Valentine Cast.
So we're
4 syllables, right?
Right.
Now is Valentine Cast. Shit. At Valentine. Oh, it's 5
Podcast.
syllables.
Right.
So it's 5 syllables, right? It
Mhm.
was. And then when we switched from at ValentineCast to ValentineCast,
Yeah.
there's a beat that got missed.
And
and-
bugs you.
Well,
right?
it doesn't bug me. Well, yeah, it does bug me.
Mm,
Because I hear the song, right, in my
Right.
head. And it's almost like a song when we do the intro. It's like, coming to you from Louisville, Kentucky. It's the Valentine Cast.
So
With
when I
your-
screw up and I'm not on beat, do you get upset?
Nope,
Does it
because
irritate
I
you?
no, I don't. There has been a couple episodes where I didn't have the pause in there because she did mess up.
And you're like,
No.
Renee, she didn't mess up. This would be right.
No, it was still right because I sped it up all hard. I slowed it down. It was just perfect, babe.
Hey, so I logged in because a lot of times when people say that they log in a WoW and there'll be a whole bunch of pets up, right?
Right.
The rare ones. And there were 3 up and they were all rare. I mean, not all rare. All gray. How dumb is that?
Oh, is the one you were looking for?
Yeah, it looks like a little bog. It's a tiny bog beast. And it's in wetlands.
Oh, the little...
It's in wetlands. Yeah, but it's
Oh.
tiny. It's cute though. But
Oh, I know, Paul. I'm just anal. I'm OCD.
oh my gosh, you all don't even know. And he's like,
teacher said she gonna be old. She gonna go to bed. I don't blame you, teacher. But what were you saying?
oh,
I'm OCD.
yes, he's very OCD.
I am.
He is more OCD than I thought when I married him. He is like severe. Like when he uses eggs.
Okay, let me put it this
No,
way.
no, 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 no. Let me
No,
just
before you say
say.
it.
No,
No, when you say, hold on. When you say OCD, that means that like, OCD to me
it bothers you.
is when it bothers you to no end and you have to go through the whole steps to, like,
Yeah.
wash your hands 50 times
Well,
or
no,
something
no.
like
It
that.
bothers you about the eggs, though. It
No, it
bother.
doesn't.
You said if I did it, you would change it back.
I said I would change it. That's not,
Okay, so
so
what he does when
that
he
I
uses
would
eggs?
change it. It
Can I
doesn't,
can I explain to them what you do with the eggs?
yes, you
So
can
when he
explain.
uses eggs out of the carton, he makes it so they're spaced in a certain way that they're even from each other. They look very organized. Like if he takes two out of a
Okay,
dozen, he
so,
takes the two from the middle row that and he makes it so that
right,
everything looks
so we get
a
eggs
certain
from
way.
Costco, and they have a dozen and a half in the carton. I start in the middle of the carton. I take two out of the middle, and then I work on that whole middle row. And then if I'm gonna cook two more eggs, I work on the back row. I get the two in the middle on the back row, and then if I make two the next morning, I go to the front and get the two in the front.
But TJ, he doesn't do it because it's balanced. I don't know why.
It is balanced.
Yes, it is, but that's not why you do it.
That is why I do it. It has to be even.
I could be balanced and it be not the way you want it, and you would change it.
What do you
I think it's because
mean?
you like to see it a certain way when you open the carton.
That's balanced, babe. That is balanced.
Weight or how it looks, both.
Both. Balance to me is how it looks also. Even.
I think the look bothers you
No.
more than anything.
No. Thanks, Tidra.
And okay, I just have to put this out here. Sorry, Deidre, but my eggs don't need to be balanced
That's because
because
you're chaotic.
I have strength to hold the eggs even if they're unbalanced.
It's not about that. It's That's because you live a chaotic life, Renee. You're not used to order.
Same to you.
I blame your mom.
Tidra, but Tidra said, of course, I'm a little OCD too. So, bam, it's because you're OCD.
But it
There are
doesn't.
other things that bother you,
But here's the
but
thing.
not
Like I
crazy.
said, it doesn't bother me if I see it. Like,
What
babe,
for?
it used. Okay,
Tell them about the cheese.
it
Tell them
doesn't.
about the
One,
cheese.
it doesn't control me. It doesn't control me for one,
It used to.
because you put toilet paper on under.
I do. No, I put it on however
Right.
I do. I
But
don't look to see what it is.
it's always under. It's always
It
under.
always
It
turns out to
always
be
ends up
under.
being under.
Okay.
So I got over that. I don't put it on over.
Yeah,
I just throw the
he
toilet
got
paper on
better
there.
apparently.
I don't throw I throw the toilet paper on there. It
Really,
doesn't
you don't even
matter.
try to put it. Oh,
No, I just throw it
look
on
at that.
there.
Now,
Except for the one up front.
and cheese, he used to be weird with cheese. I didn't understand this. So you didn't want any cheese hanging over the edge of your sandwich,
Yeah, so like
and so
when
you
I
would
would
tear
cook,
it off.
so if I cook the burger, when you have the cheese is always bigger than the burger. So the part of the cheese where you unwrap it, that top part that's kind of imprinted there from the wrapper, I tear that piece of the cheese off, and I put the bigger part on the hamburger. And then if I cook another hamburger, if there's three hamburgers being cooked, I end up using like two pieces of cheese
Right.
because I can make it stretch, and I don't want cheese running off the edge of my hamburger.
Yeah. I mean, they aren't big things. They add up to be kind of funny when you put them all together,
But they
but
don't.
individually they aren't.
But it doesn't control me though.
No, no, no. I mean, I can tend to be OCD about some things. I want to start at the beginning of things.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that can be annoying because if a movie starts and it's been going for 10 minutes, I really won't want to watch it anymore. It's really, I'm sure it annoys Jay a little bit. In a series, I want to start at the beginning. That's why I am overjoyed about you starting at the beginning of the
Well,
series. I'm like, beginning,
but it only
yay.
bothers me. The only thing I don't want to go back and watch a whole lot of is like Doctor Who.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Because there's just so damn many of them,
Well,
and it takes
oh,
forever.
please. The Simpsons, there's way more Simpsons
But
than
they're
Doctor
30
Who's.
minutes.
Okay.
And then the Doctor Who's or BCC shows that are an hour solid. They're not like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like solid hour. And it's like, holy shit.
Shitball.
It's like, dang, I can't even fit in 3 shows in 2 hours,
Yeah.
you know? Well, yeah.
I feel you.
So that's what makes, Doctor Who, you have 50 shows.
I still intend on watching all of them though.
50 shows, that's 50
Do
hours.
you do you still want to watch them with me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Renee's like, because I'm going to start watching them
No,
motherfuckers.
no. I mean, if
Whoops, sorry.
I mean, we're not even on the air anymore.
Well, we're on
I
the
mean,
air, but
well, we aren't. Yeah. Well, if you said no, then yes, of course I would start to watch them because you would have said no. Like, no, oh no, I'm not gonna watch them. I'm like, okay, well then I'm gonna watch them. That's kind of like, but I'm not saying, ooh, I wish you had said no.
one of the funny things that happened this past week
Mm-hmm.
was that Renee's um, dad and older sister, were watching Downton Abbey,
Oh,
and Miss Crocker was watching it with her, and she went to go work out, and while she was gone, they kept watching.
I think that's kind of wrong, personally. I mean, yeah, I consider that a little wrong, but it was just so good they just had to keep watching it.
Yep. And then Miss Crocker got back. She was like, "Y'all still watching it? I'm gonna be behind." They was like, "Oh, I
Well,
guess."
you can. Well, we're gonna go on and watch it, and then we can go back and watch it for you. And she was like, no. So they had to sit back through all the ones she had missed. It was kind of funny. Downton Abbey starts next week. Oh.
Is it next week?
It's the 6th. It's Sunday. Oh.
Oh, we gotta get the name recording.
Huh?
We gotta get it recording.
We don't have it recording?
I don't know.
We watched it last year.
I know we watched it last year, but
We'll check.
all right.
Well, we have to decide if we want it in the front or the back as well.
Hey, Paul, you still there? 50 hours was spent. Oh, yeah. Do they have The Simpsons over in Hong Kong?
Bootleg is what he's talking about.
No, that is not what I'm talking about.
That is so what you're
That is not what I'm talking about.
That is so what you're talking about.
I am not. You might have to Skype me, Paul. Wait a minute, do I still have you on Skype?
Yeah, see, he just said yes. On DVD, yes. He didn't say whether it's legal or illegal. That's very nice, Fox Lore, that you said that.
All right, we're going to have to talk.
Not that we do anything like that.
No. I just want to talk. I want to see. I want to see if it comes with
Paul.
subtitles or not. Wink, 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 wink.
Oh, it's totally legal, by the way.
Oh, dang! You gotta understand.
Legal costs money, so
What? Well, you gotta understand.
illegal doesn't cost anything.
When I went to illegal costs
Less.
less. Because when I went to Xi'an, but the thing that you run into though is that sometimes the coding on the
Right.
is the regional code or whatever.
And it won't work.
Yeah, it
Right.
won't work on the DVD player. So, all right, I guess I'm gonna start recording.
Bye, guys. Thanks for being with us the last show.
Yeah, for real, 2012. Yeah, Paul, if I know you gotta go to work, or if you don't have to go to work, hit me up on Skype. I see Teacher on Skype too. Yay! But yeah, like Renee said, Teacher, you looking good.
You are.
Yep.
It's awesome.
It's awesome. All right, well, we'll talk to you guys
All right.
later.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.